We don't need miracles. We need predictability. We need that badly from you. Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Martin Williams. I help purpose-driven leaders discover, develop, and deploy their divine assignment so that they can reign in life without losing themselves. What we have to understand is that power doesn't make you a king. Principles do. Power doesn't make you a king. Principles make you a king. Today, I want to teach you how to create a world where your outcomes are predictable, your success is repeatable, and your peace is non-negotiable. One of the things that we should celebrate is when people say, "You're so predictable." Prosperity comes through the idea of predictability. That's where it comes from. Bottom line. When you're predictable, you make more money. When you're predictable, you're invited to more rooms. When you're predictable, you don't have a short fuse. You're not all over the place, but you're predictable. That opens doors for you where others won't have doors open to them. So prosperity comes through predictability. So prosperity doesn't really come from miracles. People will say it comes from miracles, but they don't really come from miracles. Prosperity actually comes from models. Prosperity comes from modeling someone who is predictable. They're predictable, so the model works. They're predictable, so people want to do work with them. They're predictable, so people want to put them in the game. They're predictable, and people want them to do their tax accounting. They're predictable, so they want them to do the surgery, right? You want to go to a doctor that's predictable, right? You want a money manager that's predictable. You want to marry a person that's predictable. Everybody wants relationships with people who are predictable. So why are you fighting predictability? Why don't you want to be in a position where people are going to know how you're going to react? Your children need to know how you're going to react. Your business partners need to know how you're going to react. Your teammates need to know how you're going to react and what you're going to do in certain situations. One of the best systems in the world for predictability is how the company Toyota, how they lead their predictability. How do they do it? Toyota became one of the most reliable car companies on earth because they were predictable. Because it runs on principles. Because these principles lead to consistency. They know. And still now, Asian cars are the most predictable. You know how long they're going to run. You know which systems are going to break down. Because every employee is trained on Kaizen. Kaizen is a Japanese, it's a word that means let's continuously improve ourselves with accountability. Let's get better and better and better and better. That's a rule. That is what they live under. Every process has measurable steps. Every process has standards. Every process has accountability. Do you? Martin, do you? In your life, Martin, do you have a process of steps? Do you have a process of standards you live by? Do you have this process of accountability? Martin, how do you hold yourself accountable when you screw up? What are the laws? What are the principles? Who's your group that you go to? Who out there can say, hey, who's on my team? That can say, hey, Martin, you're not doing what you said you'd do. You're off just a little bit. Oh, thank you. Not leave me alone. It's none of your business. No, I'm on a team. My wife and I are a team. My wife and my children are a team. My wife, my children, and my grandchildren, we are a team together. Everybody's playing. Everybody's playing at a high level of expectability. Everybody. And so now our family is predictable, not just me, but my marriage is predictable. My relationship with my children is predictable. My relationship with my grandchildren is predictable because there are rules I'm not going to break. There are rules that are there in my marriage. I must live up to them. You get it? That predictability builds customer trust. It builds global dominance. It builds family trust. It builds trust that whatever organization that you're in, that predictability allows you to get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's a principle. And we all, if we're kings and queens, we have to live by principles, because principles create consistency. You know what I'm going to do. That principle created that consistency. That consistency now builds trust. And that trust now produces prosperity. It starts with the principle. The principle may not even be seen by people in your life, but it's still a principle. That principle creates consistency. You with me? That principle creates consistency. It's not me, it's the principle in my life. But now I have consistency. Once I have consistency, that consistency builds trust. Because everybody knows. But once I have trust, that trust produces prosperity. That's where the prosperity comes from. The foundation of that prosperity is the principle. The principle changes everything. See, because the most valuable companies aren't emotional. They're engineered. The most valuable, and I'm thinking about the new business that I'm starting now, right in front of you. I'll tell you about it later. But the most valuable part of the company that I'm building right now, they aren't emotional. They're not built on emotions. They're engineered on principles. They rest on top of principles. They succeed. And because this business will succeed if I keep thinking this way, that's why I must have the discipline. These businesses succeed because customers know exactly what to expect. They know what I'm building, they know what I'm offering, and they know my principle. I own up to what I've done, what I did not do, what was wrong. I fix it. I don't lie to you, and I will not protect myself if something goes bad. I'm going to own it, but I'm also going to fix it. I'm going to fix me, and I'm going to put another law in place that keeps us from getting there again. Customers know what's happening. Predictability is prosperity. If I can't predict you, if I can't predict you, I can predict what's getting ready to happen, and it's not going to be good. So when you start thinking about this personal predictability, you can't grow what you cannot predict. If we live in the Midwest region, we live in Omaha, so we have tons of farmers around us. He is not going to be successful if he can't predict when this seed he puts in the ground is going to bear fruit. If he thinks he's going to plant an apple seed in April, March or April, and he's going to have a tree full of apples in October, he doesn't understand what he's doing. He's not going to get apples. That's not how it works here in the Midwest. You can't plant lemons here, oranges in it. It needs a different climate. That seed is predictable. You must know if you're predictable. You need to be able to understand your predictability tells the rest of us if we can feel safe with you. If your habits, your words, your results change daily, you're not building a kingdom. You're not building a successful family. You're not building a successful body. You're not building a successful business or job history. You're gambling with your future because it's not predictable. It doesn't make sense. You've got to choose. You've got to choose one principle that you're going to apply with consistency for the next 30 to 90 days. You're going to apply this one little principle in your life. You want to lose weight? You're going to apply a principle. You want to make more money? You're going to apply a principle. You want better relationships? You're going to apply one principle to building a better body, building better relationships, building better money. What's that one principle? That principle now is going to give you time disciplines. It's going to give you budgeting. It's going to give you relational boundaries. That principle is going to put boundaries in place, things you don't step outside of. You're going to live on and within that principle. And you're going to track it daily. If it's a principle that you're putting in place for the first time, you're going to feel it every day. You're going to have to remind yourself, you know, that's a principle I put in place and I said I would not break it. You're going to track it daily. You're going to watch how your results stabilize when your decisions stop shifting all over the place. You're living a principled life. Because consistency, really in the world, consistency is currency. In the life of a king, consistency is currency. It's how you trade. You trade with consistency, reliability in people's lives, in the world you're called to. That's when things change. So that's what I want you to put in the chat. I want you to put in the comments, rather. Put in the comments, what's the one thing you're going to be consistent about? The one principle you're going to put in place that you're going to watch this principle. You're going to be so consistent with it. Make yourself a promise. Make us a promise. I'm going to be consistent in this one principle that's going to change my life, and it's going to change the life around me. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and go ahead and watch the next video.